Hello Reefers, my name is Isaac. We're going to be talking a little bit about our fish system and answering some common questions people have. I'm going to attach a video at the end of this one talking about our feeding and what we're feeding the actual fish to make sure they're nice and healthy. We're also doing copper power. That's what I guess the copper brand we're using for this tank. We're running it at 3 parts per million, and if I can go down here real quick, we are using the Hanna high range test kit to test that. Last I checked, right now we're at about 2.5, so we're hanging about there. I try to stay around 2 to 3, and then after 2 weeks these guys are good to go. So up here we are going to have a good amount of tangs. We have a puffer fish and some little clowns and stuff like that. Mostly our bigger fish are going to hang around up there. These are 50 gallons each, totaling this is about a 200-gallon system. We have a lot of live rock, and surprisingly I thought there wouldn't be any algae because it's copper, but I learned something new. We are feeding seaweed for the fish because I know this is not truly a reef tank since there's not that much rock for them to graze on. And then down here we will have another row of tangs. We have 2 maroons right here separated. They're separated because I'm trying to pair them. So I think they're doing okay because this one's getting bigger and that one's staying small, so female, male. Other than that, we have some predatorial wrasses, like this little dragon wrasse who loves our shrimp that is actually eyeing over there in the background. And then I'm not sure if you can see it too much, but there is another tank down here. Let me just move the camera. Okay, so right here we are going to have our smaller fishes as well as some of the fish we have for nanos. So this one of course has a sand bed. This is where going to be most of our wrasses are. A lot of our gobies and stuff like that are going to stay here. We actually have a flaming prawn that is, where did he go now? He's under that little rock back there. I saw him pop his head out real quick. He's already done being quarantined, but we did add new fish, so I want to make sure everyone is happy and healthy. The longer they're in here, the less work it is for you guys. And this section I pretty much dedicated to like some chromies. You know me, I can't stay away from chromies. And then I have my little stripey right here. And then we're probably going to fill this up with some clowns, maybe some designer clowns later down the road. But other than that, we have some little, honestly, I'm not sure what type of goby this is, but it does look pretty cool. It's like a little stick, if I can best describe it. And that pretty much sums up this whole system. If you wanted to know equipment, we are running like these cheap bar lights. Heater wise, we are doing Hikari, one of their 1,000-watt models. And to be honest, we have these on most of our tanks. It's a really good heater per se. I would have it on like an Inkbird or something just to make sure it doesn't overheat, because it is like 2 titanium rods in there, so it's always be safe than sorry. This whole system is ran on a Simplicity DC pump. I forgot what model it is, but I think it was the biggest one they had just because I wanted to make sure these fish get enough flow. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, these guys stay in copper for about 2 weeks. Sometimes they go even longer, and then usually longer the better. Upwards to about 4 weeks. I noticed some of them start not to like it, so then we'll start moving them over to some of our displays, or we have some other tanks they can hide out in for a little bit, or I just personally keep them. But other than that, thank you for watching, and then again, please hit the subscribe button or like the video. It helps us out a lot, and have a good day. How's it going, everyone? So if you're watching this video, you must want to learn about what we are feeding and our protocols. So first we have our focus, followed with our Seachem Metroplex. Then we have garlic to make it taste better. Then we have some silicone concentrate, which is basically a little food booster. And then we have Reef Plus, which is basically little vitamins and amino acids. Over here we have 1 cube of brine, garlic brine, and then we have 1 cube of Mysis and 1 cube of Cyclops. So the first thing we're gonna do is get a scoop of focus. Let me just get that ready. Put this here, put this one back. Then we're next going to go towards the Metroplex. They don't really give you a lot of Metroplex compared to the Focus. You kind of have to dig a little in there. But same process, you're just gonna slowly spread it out between all your cubes. And as the cubes defrost, it should absorb the medicine, and then that's what lets the fish digest it and usually helps with the parasites. Most likely ick is what you were looking for this to help. I haven't tried it with other protozoans or of the sort. But anyway, going back, we got garlic. Let me see if the camera got it. Garlic. And then we're just gonna do 1 drop of garlic on each cube, trying to make sure we get it where we put the powder so that can soak in too, so it's not still stinky. Then we're gonna get our silicone extract. And the same thing with the garlic, we are going to do 1 drop each. And that one's done. And then you'll notice it's a little weird in here now. We're just gonna add some of the Reef Plus. I usually try to do a small, since it's not really specify how much to add. It's about like that much. It's not really anything. Then we're gonna go to an empty corner and then just drop that in, mix it up a little bit, and then we just leave this to defrost. And after that, I have a little, what is this? 3 milliliter pipette. That's what I use to feed all the fishes. I'll usually probably add, if this is 3 times 6, that's 18 milliliters of tank water when it's all melted down. And that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, feel free to message me. We're on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, the whole sorts, TikTok, and have a good day.